will be taking over the investigative lead for this event. This is not a terrorist event. What it is right now is their improvised explosive devices that was found, and we are working on confirming if this is a viable device or not. As Chief Kirkpatrick said, we're asking everyone to stay away from Bourbon Street, specifically from Canal Street to St. Anne. That is my ask. Once again, stay away from Bourbon Street, Canal Street, all the way to St. Anne until we can figure out what is going on. Our goal is to provide you additional information at the 11 a.m. press conference.
The fact that somebody would drive into a crowd of people in the name of ISIS, apparently, people who are simply celebrating the New Year on the streets of New Orleans at 3 a.m. New Year's Day. I would just like your reaction as a human being.
Yeah, you know, Jonathan, it's a terrible thing to wake up to. It was a terrible thing for me to wake up to this morning. I mean, I have children, adult children who come to New Orleans and who have been on Bourbon Street on New Year's Eve in the past. And, you know, so I'm really, my thoughts and have very, very heavily been with the parents who had phone calls this morning that no parent ever wants to get. And we still have at least 10 people that are clinging to life in critical condition in the hospital. So, you know, it's a terrible event, and it's really a tough day for everybody in our city and our state, and I think it's a terrible day for the country.
What's going on, guys? Unfortunately, our new year started off with a tragedy, right? So as you saw from the clip, I showed you a clip from what happened in New Orleans. As you see in New Orleans originally, and I'm trying to give you an accurate timeline. This is why I waited an entire day before I actually started speaking on this topic. The FBI originally came out and said this was not a terrorist attack, that they believed that it was, I guess, not involved with ISIS, even though ISIS flag was found in the New Orleans van. And I'll give you more details about it as we go through the video. Also, in the same day, around 3 a.m. New Year's, January 1st, a man attacked 10 people. I think he ran them over, like, with a car, and also he had weapons on him, and we'll get into more details. But the car, as you saw from the intro, the car has been linked numerous times for human smuggling, the license plate, and I think both cars were rented by Turo. So there's something fishy going on in the background, and this made me remember Trump's claim about terrorism. Terrorists are pouring over the southern border does not stand up to scrutiny. This was originally an article made by CNN on September 8th, 2024. And it seems like the border keeps coming up. I know in my couple videos I did, I talked about how America's shift on immigration has been moving more towards Donald Trump's perspective. And things like this only adds more to the scrutiny. This is why people want Kash Patel in, because we need to do some investigation why it seems like we seem more vulnerable than ever before. And having the border the way it is, the fact that we're not vetting people coming across the border, the fact that we got illegals here burning people alive, and then you find out that they were deported in 2018 and they were allowed to come back here, it shows the lack of attention to detail that's going on with our national security. We're spending $850 billion on the Pentagon, and all this stuff is happening. Now, before I go into this next clip, because they're still continuing to investigate this stuff, but it seems like this is starting to look more and more like a terrorist attack. And many people, such as myself, I'm starting to speculate that maybe there's some connection to this. Right, the Tesla explosion, New Orleans getting attacked, and I want to dive into more details, but I want to show you this clip of the latest update, I think, of the local police department investigating what happened in the Tesla explosion. Let's take a look.
Responded this morning along with Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and Las Vegas Fire and Rescue. We had a response time of approximately 4 minutes. Engine 12 arrived first on scene for the fire department to find a fully involved Tesla Cybertruck in the valet. They quickly began pulling tack lines to extinguish the vehicle fire, and also realized at the same time that there were multiple persons with injuries located around the vehicle. In total, as the sheriff said, there were 7 minor injuries, 2 of which were transported to UMC, again for minor injuries, and there is 1 fatality within the Cybertruck. CCFD's remaining on scene in coordination with Las Vegas Fire and Rescue and Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department to continue to render the scene safe, to make sure that the Cybertruck is fully extinguished as it is now, and then also to recover the victim from the vehicle. And we'll remain on scene assisting Metro as long as possible. That's all I have. Thank you.
So we're going to start off with the Las Vegas police and what they revealed about the Cybertruck. It was carrying an explosion. Investigators do not believe that the attack was connected to a larger plot. As of January 1st, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department said during a press conference on Wednesday, which is what you just saw, the Tesla truck that had exploded in front of Trump's International Hotel in Las Vegas earlier in the day was carrying a variety of explosive material. The police said that the vehicle pulled up in front of the hotel moments before it detonated, killing the driver, who the police are not identifying until they are 100% sure of their identity. The car, like I stated before, it was rented by Turo. Like, so someone rented the car, the Cybertruck, to these people, and these people end up, this person ended up dying, and 7 people got hurt. The investigators found that the truck's bed contained gasoline tanks. So this seems like an accident, right? So there's probably no connection, but the coincidence, man, I don't know, man. Something don't smell right, bro. I don't know what it is. I'm just giving you guys my personal opinion. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I got bad feelings coming on right now about this stuff. I'm like, what? New Year's? And we lost what? 8 people got injured in this Tesla thing. 1 person died out of the 8. Police said that the truck was rented in Colorado through Turo, and that Tesla was able to trace the route it took through its charging stations. No suspect information will be released until confirmed, police said. This is a joint investigation with the federal, state, and local authorities. Investigators were working to determine if the intentional detonation was an act of terrorism, but they believe that it was an isolated event and not part of a larger plan. Right? I don't know if I can show you the explosion, but I can show you the aftermath. And this is the aftermath. You can see based on where most of the damage is that it was in the back of the truck. So maybe, this was just an accident, right? I hope it was just an accident. Authorities investigating Cybertruck explosion at Trump Hotel as a possible terrorist attack. This was originally how it was. People thought it was originally a terror attack, and the way it exploded, and you saw fire like coming out on the back. But the coincidence, man, right in front of a Trump Hotel in Las Vegas, as people are celebrating coming into the new year, suspicious stuff, bro. Suspicious. Like dude, it does not sit well with me. All right, so we're gonna go now. I'm gonna shift to the New Orleans stuff. So first, I want to react. Originally, Biden came out and said no one should jump to any conclusions about the ISIS terror attack. Number of people who were killed in the attack has risen to 15 people. Joe Biden said during the remarks on Wednesday night that people should not jump to any conclusions about the Islamic terror attack that killed more than a dozen people in New Orleans earlier in the day. Biden remarks come after a law enforcement official says that 42-year-old Shamsud Jabbar was carrying an ISIS flag when he mowed down dozens of people with a truck in New Orleans, French Quarter. Jabbar was killed after he got out of the vehicle and opened fire on law enforcement officers. The FBI also reported to me that mere hours before the attack, he posted videos on social media indicating that he was inspired by ISIS, expressing a desire to kill, Biden said during the press conference. The ISIS flag was found in his vehicle, which he rented to conduct this attack. Biden continued, possible explosives were found in the vehicle as well, and more explosives were found nearby. Apparently, other cars were rigged with explosives. And I kind of want to give more. Originally, we suspected that, hey, something's not right. And we originally linked it to the border, right? We originally linked this attack to the border. And many people are calling out, Democrats, Mayor Mayorkas, as he made this say, our heart breaks for families of those lives who are lost, and our prayers are with those recovering from injury they suffer. We're grateful to the first responders for their bravery and urgency to the public to be vigilant. And this is commentary from some people on X. Your heart doesn't break for Ish, B. You left our border open for 4 consecutive years. What did you expect? Just imagine how many terrorists are lurking around America. There's been millions of known getaways, and that has crossed over our border, right? And this is something that consistently, I think, the way the year already started, it bring immediate attention to the fact that we're not safe. How can we want to continue bringing in people when our country's not safe? It makes no logical sense whatsoever. So, as I showed you a clip about what was going on as I go through, allegedly the New Orleans terrorist is what he's going to be called now in this channel, was carrying ISIS flag as he rammed a car. He rammed a car into a crowd, killing 10 people. And I believe he shot 5. He allegedly donated to Democrats, right? They're not going to really show that on the news, but who knows? Jabbar, who the FBI said was killed after committing a New Year's Eve terror attack in New Orleans, has donated to the Democrat politician over the years. Federal Elections Commission data shows. On May 7, 2020, Jabbar gave $15 through ActBlue, listing his job as consultant for EY, likely Ernst & Young, and his address as Fresno, Texas. The contribution said it was the Action PAC, now called the Grassroots Law PAC, which that cycle spent $100,000 supporting Senator Raphael Warnock and another $100,000 supporting Jamie Harrison, who is now the chair of the Democratic National Committee and at the time was a Senate candidate in South Carolina. In 2014, Jabbar gave $5 to the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, listing his job as a soldier for the U.S. Army and his address as Fayetteville, North Carolina. Sorry, guys, I'm butchering these names. The FBI said he was driving a Ford pickup truck, which appeared to have been rented, and was working to confirm how the subject came into possession of the vehicle. You already know this part. Weapons and potential IED were located in the subject's vehicle. It added, after potential IED were also located in the French Quarter, the FBI special agents, bomb technicians, are working with other law enforcement partners to determine if any of these devices were viable, and they will work to render these devices safe. 2 men who attempted to assassinate Donald Trump in separate incidents also donated to the Democrats through ActBlue. And this is why I believe many Democrats who try to downplay Trump's assassination attempt, it's going to bite you in the butt. Because when you see these constant attacks, and we already know there's reports, I don't know how true it is, but I'm giving them benefit of the doubt. There's reports that Trump's being targeted by terrorists. And I think this is why a part of me feels so suspicious about the coincidences of what is going on. We already started the new year with kind of not a bad tone, but with tragedy. And I don't like that. We already started the year off with a bang, allegedly, like literally. The truck came into the U.S. Southern border in November, Fox News reported. Donald Trump responded to a terrorist attack in New Orleans, French Quarter on Wednesday, calling it an act of pure evil. Trump's statements came after a man rammed the truck into a crowd of people and then got out and fired on them before law enforcement killed him. At least 10 people were killed and 35 were injured in the attack. And then the fact that now, this is why I said the Democrats were out of touch. Right, here's the suspect. I did some digging. Shout out to Andy Node. Sorry. Here's his ID. We already know his name. There's videos out of him out there on their, like, what he purchased. The FBI has all this information, but we still don't know what the hell. I forgot the first assassination attempt on Donald Trump. How any information on that kid? But I digress. This is him, Bourbon Street. I don't want to play his videos, but people are finding this very suspicious. Like, they're like, yo, what the hell's going on? Like, how is this man? It's crazy. And New Orleans, apparently they had hydraulic locks which prevented cars from coming through the crowd. Right, I'm gonna show you right here in this video.
Doug McCash, I'm with NOLA.com, and lately I've been writing about the mayor and governor's proposals to make the French Quarter safer. And one of those proposals was to have mechanical barriers that would prevent vehicles from approaching Bourbon Street after certain hours.
And apparently these weren't used during the attack. So You know, some people are saying this is negligence, right? This is what this commentator is saying. New Orleans have hydraulic barricades to stop vehicle attacks. They weren't raised last night. The attacker was a U.S. military vet wearing an AR and body armor plus IEDs. Trump Tire Trump Tire takes a Cybertruck explosion in Las Vegas. My deep state spidey senses is at a 10. This guy's a libertarian, so obviously he's going to be more skeptical of the government. This is when the news were breaking. Now that we have more information, we're praying that the information is true, right? So in the opening, Cybertruck explosion, isolated event, seemed like it was more of an accident, not intentional. And the New Orleans attack seemed like someone got radicalized and decided to attack people in America. And it seemed like he was radicalized by ISIS, maybe propaganda. Who knows? He has ISIS flag for a reason. So he happens to donate to Democrats as of like the other assassination, people who attempted to assassinate Donald Trump. So there might be some connection there. We know there's reports of Trump being possibly targeted by Iran. And I don't know, something don't feel right, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What you guys are thinking. Do you guys have some concerns about this? Is this what might be a signal of what's to come in the future? Do you believe that this is the ISIS is behind this, or you just think this is just radical people running amok in our country? I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one, and see you guys on the next video.